the parish of St. Elizabeth on a whole. And you know, when I travel and I see how states in America or in Europe really celebrate their farmers, I said to myself, boy, you know, sometimes in Jamaica we kind of take our farmers for granted. And that's the truth. And I said, you know, we are the breadbasket and we need to do something to really celebrate our farmers. And that was where the concept came from. And then I said, but it can't just be food. We have to add the rum, right? The largest rum company in the Caribbean is right there, right? And of course, reggae. Look at what's happening with reggae and dancehall across the world right now. It's unbelievable. I mean, right here in this yard, you know, my father made the movie The Harder They Come. And the soundtrack that accompanied that movie was the second reggae soundtrack of all time to be inducted into the Library of Congress, right? So big up to Perry Henzel. We're just coming back from London where The Harder They Come was made into a musical. And we were just talking to Minister Grange about bringing it to Jamaica. So in 2023, we had a fantastic festival. The idea was to make it an annual festival, but we all know what happened in 2024. Hurricane Beryl came. And, you know, we did a lot of work through our foundation, Breads. We raised a lot of money. There were a lot of fundraisers from persons, small, medium, and large. You know, fundraisers in America, in Kingston, in Europe. And we raised enough funds to help persons to put back their roofs on their homes, over 550 homes. But more importantly, as it relates to this festival, we were able to get farmers vouchers, small, medium, and large farmers vouchers to get back into their field, fishing wire to get the fishermen back out to sea, right? So I'm more of a community development person, as many people would know. And I said to myself, you know, Brian Ingleton called me one day and he said, you know, there's a friend of mine, Gregory Wright, who approached me and he said, boy, I want to do something in Treasure Beach. And Brian said, well, that's great, you know, but you can't leave out my brethren Jason if you're going to do that. Right, Brian? Yeah. And that was the first meeting. And I said, you know what? It would be better to be a smaller partner in a bigger event. Gregory, with Right Images, you know, are real party people. That is their business. And, you know, working with Brian, working with Gregory, with Owen and Bala, Shane, my friend, you know, we've really put together a really great group. And we have a really exciting weekend for you. As you said earlier, we're going to have, you know, trips to Pelican Bar, trips to YS, to Lover's Leap. We're going to be having all these different chefs. We're going to be having an artisan village. We have, of course, Christopher Martin, Capleton, and Agent Sasko. One of the highlights of last year was my wife, Laura Henzel, coming up with this concept of a rum bar crawl. And Bala, you accompanied her on that. And we know the condition you started in and the condition you ended up in was not quite the same person. Shout out for Laura and the bar crawl. So we really are expecting a really fantastic weekend. I'm looking forward to welcoming you to Treasure Beach, November the 7th to the 9th. I want to thank all the sponsors who made it possible, and I want to thank my partners. Thank you very much.